Hey guys, today for the review I have the ZOYI ZT-R01. I received this multimeter from ZOYI Instruments Company to make a review. It's the ZOYI ZT-R01 IR Thermography Multimeter. Let's start with the unboxing. There is a manual, probes for the multimeter, a USB cable to charge the multimeter or connect to your computer, a soft carrying pouch to store the multimeter, and a multimeter. Remove the plastic film from the display. On the back is the thermal imaging camera. It supports a temperature range from -20 degrees Celsius to 550 degrees Celsius. There is a kickstand to allow the meter to stand upright. Behind it is the plug to charge the meter. I'll show you how to update the firmware later by connecting the meter to your computer. Press and hold the power button for 2 seconds to power on or off the multimeter. This is a 2.4-inch color display. It's in the thermal imaging mode. My hand shows a reading of 34.6 degrees Celsius, the highest temperature reading of 37.6 degrees Celsius, and the lowest temperature reading of 26.6 degrees Celsius. If you press the IR button, you can toggle from visible light mode to visible light and infrared fusion mode and infrared mode. Let's check the temperature of this soldering iron. The temperature ranges from 20 degrees Celsius to 230 degrees Celsius. The infrared camera confirms what we thought. The soldering iron tip is the hottest area. Let's check the other features of the multimeter. Insert the black probe in the COM port. Insert the red probe in the diode voltage resistance port. Press the IR button to switch to the multimeter mode. Let's check the voltage of this AA battery. Since this is a new battery, the reading of 1.6 voltage is correct. Press the return button to switch to the resistance mode. This is a 2200 ohms resistor. The reading shows 2.2 kilo ohms, which is what we expect. Press the back button to switch to the continuity mode. We hear a beep, so there is continuity. Press the back button to switch to the diode mode. The reading shows 0.6 volts, which is what we expect for forward biased. Press the back button to switch to the capacitance mode. The reading shows around 4.7 microfarad. The reading shows around 4.7 microfarad. Press the palette button to switch from DC to AC. Let's check the voltage of this power strip that's connected to a wall outlet. The reading shows around 120 volts, which we expect in the United States. Unlike typical multimeters, This one supports firmware updates for future improvements. The first thing you'll want to do is check which version is currently installed on the multimeter. Press the menu button. Keep pressing the down arrow until you see the version number. Version 19 is the installed version. Let's see if there's a newer version available on the ZOYI website. I'll leave a link to the ZOYI website in the description. Scroll down and you'll find the firmware download link. This is version 23, which is the latest, so let's go ahead and download it. On the meter, press the down arrow until you see the USB option. Press the OK button to select it to NO. Press and hold the power button to turn off the meter. Press and hold the power and up buttons at the same time. The ZOYI logo and the USB disk driver message should appear. On the back, plug the USB cable. Insert the other end of the USB cable to your computer. Once connected, you should see a new drive letter. For my case, I have a new disk D with 2 folders, firmware and picture. Double-click on the firmware folder. Drag the version 23 firmware into this folder. After the firmware is copied to the meter, it will automatically start upgrading it. The display will indicate the upgrade is in progress. Once the upgrade is completed, you can go back to the menu and confirm the firmware version number. This meter is factory calibrated at a distance of 50 centimeters or 20 inches. If you plan to have the object closer to the meter, you want to calibrate the meter so the infrared light and visible light are aligned. Press the menu button. Keep pressing the down arrow until you see XY calibrate. Press the menu button again. At the top right, you can see the X-axis is highlighted in red. Use the up and down arrows to adjust the X-axis. Once you're satisfied, press the hold button to switch to the Y-axis. Notice the Y-axis is now highlighted in red. Press the up and down arrows to adjust the Y-axis. Press the back button to go back. The infrared light and visible light should now be aligned. Another handy feature is the ability to save both thermal images and multimeter readings for later review. When you're ready to save the image, press and hold the save button. A progress bar will appear on screen when the image is being saved. When you want to preview the saved images, press the menu button. Press the down arrow button to go to the memory card image. Press the menu button to select it. All the images you've saved should be listed on the screen. Press the menu button to preview the image. Press the back button to view the listing again. Use the up and down arrow buttons to select the image you want to preview. You can also save the images to your computer by connecting the meter via USB. The images will be stored in the picture folder. This is a great multimeter. It features infrared thermal imaging, a function you rarely find in a multimeter. The construction feels very solid and well made. The display is clear and easy to read. It has good accuracy. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing for more electronics tips and tutorials, and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.